All right. Let's see. Let's see if I'm live. All right, checking the audio there. All right, audio does sound good. Let's see. Let me share this really quick to my people. All right. All right. I think I've done it. Let me do this really quick. All right, I think I'm good. I think I am set. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am gladly here to bring to you my 250 subscriber special. I am so grateful that you guys have watched this channel for it's going to be about 5 years, and I I just grateful to have you guys. I'm very you guys have no idea how grateful I am to have you guys be with my channel for as long as it has been. Uh, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Just gonna do a little random stream, just for 250 subs, and hopefully you guys will be able to join in. And yeah, let's have some fun. And I do have a little guest with me.
What's up, dude?
All right. Hey, Ryan.
How are you?
Not much, man. I just I'm doing good. I just hit 250 subs. I'm like, you know what? Live stream it is.
Nice. And congrats, by the way. I have not.
Thank you.
I don't
What's
think I
up,
have
Brad?
even reached. I'm close. I don't think I've even reached 250 yet. Believe I'm at 231, 19 away. Not too far.
There you go. That's not bad. That's not bad. So, how's things been going for you?
All good. I'm just taking a little break and eating something before I get back to doing some racing because I'm doing like an online league's endurance race. So I only got a little bit of time before I go back and do that.
All right, gotcha. What do you mean by things are complex on your end? Is the audio and the why can I not think of the word? It's like the audio not synced up with the video at all.
Oh, I think he says life.
Mm. No life. I love that Slipknot song. Anyways, um, yeah, just really hanging out. Just since usually, as well as you know, Ryan, that we do Shadow Cult every Saturday. That unfortunately is no
Yeah.
longer anymore. We are going to be
Yeah.
back in 2 weeks for we are going to be 2 weeks for SummerSlam, and if the rumor card is true, then SummerSlam looks to be pretty damn good on paper.
Yeah. Um I
No comment.
no comment. No comment. No, it's just a name thing. I've had the name of that since probably 20 near at the end of 20 at the end of 2014 going into 2015.
Yeah,
It's just
gotcha,
what I call
gotcha.
myself.
The Demon Master.
Yep.
So, have you been listening to any new albums lately, Ryan?
Yeah. I think I've been listening to because I think not too long ago, I think a week ago, Devin Townsend announced and released some albums under a new project he has called Dream Piece, and they're all ambient stuff apart from two which are already released. I think Beautiful Day, which was called Snuggles on his double album, The Puzzle slash Snuggles, and then another one is called Snow Day, and that was originally called Dream Piece, but it was spelled differently. The name in the band name is called what's Dream Piece, but it's like peace, and then the other one was called like Piece.
Yeah. What's up, Rotting? This is one of my good buddies on a server I'm in. It happens. It happens when you don't go and have a life. Honestly, I'm kidding. Nah, I'm trying something new at least. So, well, last week I think it was last week. Yeah, it was last week. I did listen to the new Evil album, The Unknown, which I hear a lot of people did not like. Which it was their quote unquote black album. Which listening to it again, it does have some elements of the black album by Metallica. But in all honesty, I love that album. I think it's more of a
Same.
doom metal.
I'm on the board of
I-
loving the Black Album, so I'm like easily want to check it out at some point because I grew up on the Black Album.
I mean, who hasn't listened to Enter Sandman? I was speaking of the Black
Yeah.
album. There's this guy called Let's Talk Metal, and he's part of I think he was part of Sea of Tranquility. I want to say, but he's part
No,
of
wait, Let's Talk Metal. Is that? No, is that who I think
It's
it
kinda-
is?
he's kind of the older guy with the glasses.
I think if that's
He's part of he will be on Jeff's show, who's friends with Necrotic
yes,
Nick.
yeah, no, yes. He's on Heavy Metal Urgy with Marty.
Yes. Yeah, I was watching him do. I don't know why, but I've been watching people do the 10 terrible albums that aren't Saint Anger, and I'm like, okay, there's some interesting ones. And Let's Talk Metal. He brought up Demolition by Judas Priest, which I fully admit that is the worst Priest album, in my personal opinion. But his top three were so weird. He put the Black Album at number 3. I'm like, wait, you're gonna tell me that album is bad?
I'm like, are you? Oh my god, that is how to piss off someone who grew up with the 90s Metallica 101 right freaking there, because I grew up on that album. Like, oh.
You want to know what the worst part is? You want to know what his number 2 was? Countdown to Extinction by Megadeth. I'm like, wait,
kidding
what?
me? What? You?
His number.
What's his number one?
Was so weird. Like I never.
What?
It was
I'm
Which
curious.
Fighter Generals? It was Which Fighter Generals Resurrected.
I don't even know about. I've never
Okay.
even had the chance to ever listen to Witchfinder General. So
I mean,
I
haven't heard of it.
Like,
so
you're
apparently they only had
literally-
a 3-album run, which I'm like,
3-album run. But why is that one of the worst? Like only a 3-album run. I'm like, come on, man. Why?
why you gotta do this?
That's a load of BS. Like I can't even, and even for number 1, because I don't think. Yes, Saint Anger is the worst Metallica album, but it's not as bad as what people say it is. You know, I'm like, I always stand by giving it a 7 out of 10. I stand by that. It's not that bad of an album. You know, there are much worse albums than Saint Anger. Saint Anger is
No,
not
it's
that
not.
bad. Like if I had it my way, I think I remember having Catharsis from
No.
Machine Head. That's worse. That's fucking worse. Like, god damn, I hate that album so much.
Yeah, just ask Levi that.
Fucking
Yeah,
Catharsis.
well,
Garbage.
Tormented. Dave was with the band before. Dave was with the band before he ultimately got kicked out due to drug abuse, and the rest they say is history. So that's why Megadeth have some Metallica like riffs, like hell, even Kid Rock stole a riff from Metallica, like American Badass. That is a Sabbath True riff, and yet no one's calling him out on that, which is I think is completely stupid.
That was an early Undertaker theme song.
Yes, that was.
Or an early American
He traded
Badass
for
Undertaker theme song. He traded for Rolling from Limp Bizkit.
before.
It went to that.
Yeah, then he went to
what
a
was
Limp Dick.
the-
Limp Dick.
oh, no, what was it? What was that song? The dead. No, that song. I can't remember what it was called, but
Oh, Dead Man Walking.
that Rollins-
You've done it now.
yeah, that one. You've
Is it
done
that
it
one?
now. You've gone and made.
That
you've
was
gone
by
and made a big
that was
mistake.
Jim
That one.
Johnston.
Oh, so they went from Kid
Yeah, that
Rock
was Jim Johnston.
to Limp Bizkit to Jim Johnson.
Yeah. At least in the end, they got someone competent, so that counts for something, I guess.
And then Taker went back to the old theme song.
The old theme, yeah.
Bong, the bong, and all that.
So
Bing
Ryan,
bong.
I've known you for a while, Ryan, but are you a big sports fan by any chance?
Yes. Yeah.
What's your favorite teams?
Ooh, in each? Ooh, that's okay. Let's see. Football. It's a toss up between Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's NFL. MLB. Lifelong Chicago Cubs fan. Basketball. Ugh. It used to be in NBA. It used to be the Bulls, but I'm like, I really haven't had a favorite team since then. College. Well, in college D1 football, it's Northwestern. Any other college sports is always probably going to be Bradley University from my hometown. Whatever sport they're in, either them or Northwestern. That's always going to be, it's always them. But D1 football, it's always Northwestern. Hockey, Blackhawks. What about soccer? Not really a soccer guy. NASCAR, all time, Dale Earnhardt. Current, it's either between. It's probably both Brad Keselowski and Kyle Busch. Jesus. What else?
Oh my God,
sports?
Levi is currently shaking his fist right now.
At what?
God.
I'm-
Kyle Busch.
I mean, beforehand I never really liked him, but then once he joined RCR, that all changed. I'm like, that's a perfect fit. He fits in the RCR. He's kind of like got that Dale Earnhardt mentality. So I'm like, yeah, I'm a Kyle. I like Kyle Busch only since he joined RCR. So it's a recent. It's very much recent with Kyle, but Brad's a little bit longer
Man, Danny,
since retired.
Dan, I kind of feel bad for you for the Atlanta side of things and the Cowboys. Oh my God, I cannot stand that fan base. Good God Almighty.
Yeah.
And with the Tampa Bay Bucks, like, okay, here's the thing about Tampa is that I didn't mind them, and then once Brady joined, I kind of hated them.
I will say I've been a fan of the Buccaneers before Brady and Gronk joined. So well before, even I first got into them when they just won the Super Bowl. My dad got me into them because my dad's a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. We've been fans of them well before Brady, pretty much. So when he did come in and won, I'm like, I'm kind of happy. I'm happy we get at least Tampa gets another Super Bowl. I'm kind of happy about that.
I mean, that 02 season was just nothing but dominance from Tampa. Like, all they really needed was a quarterback, and you guys would have probably been potentially a dynasty, but We all know what happened there. And here's the thing with the Steelers is that they're just a meme now because, of course, you have well-known women respecter Ben Roethlisberger. He's gone. Antonio Brown's gone. Le'Veon Bell's gone. I'm willing to bet Mike Tomlin. I think I'm willing to say that it is illegal for Mike Tomlin to have a losing season. Because say what you will about the man, you got to respect the fact he has not lost a single season since joining the team. And he's been to the Super Bowl twice with them. He won his first one with the first season he was
43?
in, and then they got
43.
Yep, that was
Was that?
Yep,
that was Super Bowl 43. I remember that one. I remember watching that one when it's happening. The Santonio Holmes catch in the end zone was like, I loved that moment.
The thing that kind of pissed me off about that is that Arizona kind of blew that game in some ways because they only needed one stop one drive, and Kurt Warner would have finally gotten the second ring, and Arizona would have finally got their first Lombardi. And Fitzgerald, you may not like the team that he was on, but you got to respect that Larry Fitzgerald was a stud at that time.
Yeah, but that obviously, with less than minutes to go, Ben just turned it up and all that. It was just, once he had that mojo, I'm like, it's tough stopping him. You know, but that's why I said when they fought Green Bay, I'm like, Green Bay got lucky in that one. When Green Bay beat the Steelers in that one Super Bowl.
Yep, that was Super Bowl 45.
Yeah.
I mean, too, it kind of pisses me off too that was the only Super Bowl that Rodgers had. Well, the only Super Bowl Rodgers has ever been in with Green Bay. Like, look at all the other times they could have went in. They could have went in 2020, but they blew it against Tampa Bay. They could have won against Seattle, but they choked miserably. They could have done it in 2016, but they got demolished by the Falcons.
We all know what happened after that. Yeah.
God damn it! I can't watch that game nowadays. I can't watch Super Bowl 51 because we know what happened, and that game still is one of the most rage-inducing games I've ever.
Yep.
Trying to think. What you said about the Cubs and the Blackhawks, I'm a Cardinals and a Blues fan, so yeah.
That's the.
At least the Blues don't have a sex scandal on their hands.
How many? Let me, if I can recall, how many Stanley Cups have they won as of late? Because as far as I remember as recently,
one that happened.
1, 2, 3. How many has St. Louis won?
Okay.
And that's the best.
How many were there recently, though? How many were there recently?
How those Blackhawks? 2010s. So pretty recently.
When was the last recent one, though?
I gotta remember because I can't remember.
Okay, the Blues was in 2019. No, I think yours was 2010.
Yes, I think 13.
2013 and 2014. Yes, it was 13. I think. No, it wasn't 14, because that was, I think, when the. No, that's not when the Kings. The Kings won back-to-back
2010,
in 2011.
2010, 2010, 2013, and 2015. And then before that, their last one was 1961.
Okay, I figured.
But I mean, come on. The Blackhawks around then were just...
Damn.
Oh, they were just... And then at the least with the Cubs... I'm happy they got a World Series win. I'm happy about that. I'm like I at least get to see them win a World Series in my lifetime at the
I
very
uh,
least.
I mean, I may not like I'm not supposed to like them as a team, but I'm like, look, every team's got to win at least one.
Yep.
I
For the
remember
Cubs,
seeing that game live too. Like that was a hell of a game, but I mean, Cleveland kind of choked in all honesty. But you know what? My uncle's a Cubs fan too, and I was kind of happy for him.
I
But
you would not believe when I was watching
yeah,
that game 7, I was just like, and when Cleveland tied it up with the home run, I'm like, no, no, they're gonna choke
that was a
again.
very
God damn it! Thank God
that
if
was
it
a very
wasn't
clutch
for
hit by
Hayward, if Hayward did not the speech after that, it was just like we were looking like, oh God, Curse is back. God damn it, it's over. I'm not gonna see them win it. I'm like, God damn it. And then when that final out came and get Montgomery in because Aroldis was starting to lose it at that point, I'm just like, oh God, no. No, 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 no. And then get Montgomery in, and then freaking Brian threw it to Rizzo in that first base. I was just like, I wanted it because it was late at night. Me and my brother were watching it. I was wanting to scream, but then I was like, I didn't want to, and I just end up after it. I realized all the family members that passed away before they got to see that moment. All of my great grandparents. My great grandfather, I believe, was still alive when that happened. And it would just be weeks later, or at least a month or so
damn.
later, he passed away. He was alive to at least see it. He outlived every other of my great grandparents that never got to see that moment. And it was just a
Yeah.
big deal for me, like literally.
Yeah. Yeah, I can believe that. Yeah, I remember that 2011 season where the Cardinals they were good, but I'm like, I don't know, they were looking a bit iffy in the regular season, and then they would just kind of steamroll through everyone. I'm like, okay, they're going up against the Rangers, and the Rangers were pretty damn hot at that time. I'm like, okay, what can they do? And it looks like Texas kind of got it, but then Game 6 will always go down as one of the best moments in Cardinals history. Like that game was so intense throughout the entirety of that entire season because you have a situation where Cardinals' hope is all but lost, and then Freeze hits a freaking dinger all the way and gets a triple, and it's like, oh my god! Like I was jumping up and down. Like babies were being thrown up in the air. It was a magical moment, and then the game was tied. I'm like, okay, Freeze was the miracle man the third time. Can he do it again? Lo and behold, airs it out, and you see the guy that got that ball. He still has it to this day. There was like a piece on him like a while back. That crowd went ape shit that night. We all did. I'm like, oh my god, and I kind of knew looking back on it. I'm like, I think the Cardinals just won this series, and lo and behold, they barely broke a sweat against the Rangers in Game 7, and we took home one. And Tony Tony La Russa, he got another one under his wing. That was their first one in 5 years too, because they won one back in 06.
Was I believe
And
if I'm
they were kind of
correct,
underdogs in that game too. Believe it or not.
wasn't Pujols still with them at that point? And I could be wrong. I can't remember,
Yes,
but I know was that his last season with them before his
Pujols
retirement
was
season?
no. Pujols joined in 01, and he went to the Angels around 20. It was around 2016, I think, when they did that whole shabacle with Los Angeles, and then he went back to the Cardinals, and he hit over 700, which I'm glad he did that.
Yeah, I'm happy.
That
I'm
was a
happy
big,
for him.
big deal for Pujols because I've always loved Pujols. He was kind of my like go-to guy. I'm like, okay, this guy is nothing. He hits nothing but slams, and that's what he basically did. I also do apologize if
I,
the stream is acting up just a little bit, like we're kind of lagging a bit. My connection tends to act up a lot, but
yeah. Yeah,
we're
I
good.
have a lot.
We're still doing
Yeah,
good.
we have. I have a lot of
Yeah,
respect for
my
Pujols.
my
I mean, as a Cubs
I
fan,
hate my connection a lot.
yeah, I have a lot of respect for Pujols. He's, I mean, being this coming from someone who used to hate his guts when he was a Cardinal and stuff like that, I'm like, God. But I'm happy for him. I was happy he got past the 700, and that, that's a pretty big elite company you're with Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, and Barry Bonds. That's a pretty big deal,
Barry
and I'm happy
Bonds.
for him. Yeah, Barry Bonds. Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's pretty good
yeah.
company right there.
He totally did not use roids. By the way, Barry Bonds never did roids. Never in a million years.
Yeah, I say what you want.
Jesus.
I keep going back to that moment when he passed Hank Aaron. I've seen that numerous times. I'm like, that's kind of a. As much as we want to shit on him, doing all the steroid stuff, that moment when he passed Hank Aaron is pretty damn cool. Just going back and watching that, that's a pretty
Wasn't that when
damn
he hit
cool
a
moment.
seven? Wasn't that when he? Wasn't that when
756,
he
I
hit
believe.
756?
Yeah, it was. They were in San
Oh my
Fran when
god,
he
dude!
did that.
The announcers.
Oh god, yeah,
Yeah,
the announcer. That just him just and making that as big of a deal was just like, God damn, yes. Like you can't just like you want to brush that off of me? Come on. That announcer
hits
just
it
made that so
high,
much big.
hits it deep,
Ernest out of here.
hits it
Jeez,
high,
that's
out of here.
that was just a
That is one of
just
my favorite announcing moments.
and it's so sad that that moment is pretty much because of
That dude,
everything.
that
It's
that that
just
was phenomenal.
if there was ever one thing you do not want to know, it's just that when he hit it
Yeah,
in the
that
announcer. That's like if there's one good thing out of that when Bonds hit that, it should be the announcing. Like, oh my god, that's like, come on, that's an iconic moment.
hmm it's unfortunate that's kind of tainted, which sucks.
Yeah, it's tainted. Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's. I mean, there's not much you can really do about it. Well, speaking of which, the NFL season is starting. It's going to be starting
uh,
soon, and I plan on live
yeah.
streaming some games. I, I mean, did you watch the Super Bowl 57?
Nope. I don't
You
really
didn't watch it,
watch
Ryan?
NFL that often. I
I,
don't watch it that often outside of like anytime the Steelers or the Buccaneers make it to the Super Bowl. That's probably the only time I probably would care about the NFL. I'm just not that into it.
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, Super Bowl 57 was great. It's just sucked that the field was terrible. Yeah. But I mean, dude, that halftime show. I feel like the halftime shows have progressively gotten worse as time went on. Like, oh my god, that halftime show was bad. Like, to the people out there who's watched the stream, I know I've seen a lot of people praise it, but I'm sorry, I did not care for it. Like, I just did not like it.
I forgot who was in it,
It was
but
just
like I
not
said,
for
I
me
won't care.
personally.
Yeah.
It was damn it, what was her name? It wasn't Shakira. It was oh, I'm really blanking now. Hold up. I might have to actually look it up. All right, let's see here. Uh, da, da, da. Let me check. Da, 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 da. God. Uh. Oh yeah, it was Rihanna. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Rihanna. Okay,
Thank you.
okay, Rihanna. Man, but thank you. And but yeah,
Like
that's.
people are like,
I
"Oh,
mean,
she was
she's.
so courageous. She was so courageous for you."
I'm like, yeah, she's
I don't.
fine.
I mean, I
I'm
don't
like,
care for her music,
I'm not the biggest
obviously, but
Rihanna fan. I've only probably have ever kind of cared about one album from her. Was that what was it? Something to do with Arm, I think it was called or something like that. I can't remember. But it had a song with Slash on it. I think Rockstar 101 or something. I can't remember. It's the album with that song on there. But that's probably the only time I ever cared about Rihanna. Other than that, I'm like, okay, it's, I like, she's fine. I don't hate her. It's like she's okay, at least for me.
yeah. Um. Well, speaking of talk about earlier with the albums we were listening to, what has been your favorite album of the year so far?
Oof, that's tough. I could say the ones I have
There's been a
recently
lot of good
listened to
stuff
from.
that's came out this year.
I have so far like a good list, and only a handful of them I have highlighted on some notes. Where is this? Yep, there. I think I only have about two of them, which are
Dude,
I have highlighted
I've listened to a
Metallica.
lot of good stuff.
Yeah, Metallica is probably one of them. I think. What else have I listened to on here? Yeah, I've mentioned the Devin Townsend Dream Piece stuff. The Bell Witch album. I've listened to the Coral Tombs. Blaze My Sorrow, The Loss of All Hope EP. The new Nebula of Ascaris. The new Scar Symmetry. I think I got a few others on here, but I haven't fully listened to them yet, like Angus McSix, and I'm kind of interested in the new King Gizzard album, Petrodragonic Apocalypse. So, but those I haven't fully listened to, but I have them. Like, I thought they're definitely contenders. I kind of like a few. I like some singles off of the Angus McSix album, but that's probably about it. And then I got a few others on here that um ones that I don't think haven't come out yet. I'm probably gonna be listening to the new Death Clog, the new Blue Das Nord, the new Tog, the new Baroness, the new Bring Me the Horizon, and the new Stained. But I think that's about it. But I think right now to our luck is the new Metallica and those Dream Piece albums Devin Townsend just released. But those are locked in there for at least top
I
10.
mean, 72 seasons. uh,
I loved it.
I mean, 72 seasons was fine. It had some good moments, but it just felt overbloated, and it felt a little too simplistic for my liking. Like I felt like Lars could have really done some more variety when it comes to the skins,
I
but
lo-
besides that, I mean,
yeah,
it was like the first half was solid. I thought it was pretty good, and then the second half was kind of meh. But besides the last track, I really love that final track.
yeah, Inamorata.
But
Yeah, that's one
besides
I've been
that,
just listening to a lot.
yeah,
Yeah, I absolutely love it. Yeah,
hmm
I actually
but
have it
my
on.
album of my
What?
album of the year so far, ever since I listened to it, it's like ever since I listened to it back in I think February, it's that new Hell Ripper album. Whether
Mm.
Warlock Scream and Wither Hags. Dude, that album is black speed metal bliss. And actually,
If I'm not
funnily
thinking,
enough, Levi and Ricky, they actually did interview James McMahon and Hellripper. They did have him on the Horseman podcast. I was actually going to be on that show, but I was unfortunately busy, and I'm just like, oh, I was so close.
dang.
But yeah,
But if I had to think
I know
of
I'm
which
kind of
one,
mad, but at the same time, it's like, oh, I could have, but I didn't know what time. Yeah, that new Ahab album was actually really solid.
I liked it.
Like,
Yeah, I
it was
liked
my
that.
first. It was my first foray into like funeral doom metal, which I kind of don't agree was funeral doom. I thought it was just melodic death metal or melodic death doom in a way. Like I didn't
No,
really think it was
they're not just funeral doom. They're not a funeral doom. I was like, there's some
They're
stuff in
nothing.
there that I'm like, okay, you got your traditional doom stuff from them. Hell, I even think the opening song had a death metal beginning. I'm like, wait, what? I was looking and I'm like, wait, that's not right. Wait, when did Ahab start doing death metal? What, like regular straight up death metal? I'm like, what? That's weird. Why are they doing like death metal beginning? Like what? But that album is great.
I really dug that. I love how it deals with 20 leagues under the
20,000
sea.
Leagues Under the Sea.
I really like how 20,000 leagues. Yeah, that was a really unique concept.
Yeah. I grew up on the movie. I remember watching the movie as a kid, and I'm like, this is actually pretty cool. I definitely need to go and watch that movie again.
My top three, like I can't really pick what my number three is, but so far my top two have been the new Hellripper and the new Cow Decapitation. Holy Jesus, dude, that album was amazing.
Yeah, well, obviously we
couldn't be.
Yeah, we couldn't be any farther different when it comes to our music taste, because I think, like I said, the Metallica and the Devin Townsend's Dream Piece albums, and which there are 5 at the very least at the moment. Although 2 of them are older ones. I think one is 2021 and 2022, but the others are all new, getting official releases for the first time. But yeah, those are up there. I forgot which one I gave Metallica. I think I might have given it a 9.5. But I think I might be going a little bit higher. It might be a 9.75, because when I was listening to this, I'm like, I'm getting a lot of stuff, but I'm also getting stuff that's from their 90s stuff. And I grew up with the 90s Metallica albums. Love those albums stuff. So this was literally up my alley, like listening, and I'm like, my God, finally a modern Metallica album that I love, that's better than Death Magnetic. Because I like Death Magnetic, but there's just some stuff on there that's just like it's probably the last 2 or 3
It's just
tracks
production.
Like,
Production's like the main problem.
Yeah, production to some degree, but then I think I do not
production
care.
Really bugs me.
Yeah, I think that because I can pull it out. I don't care for Suicide and Redemption and My Apocalypse off of this one, and it was kind of frustrating for me to see that this was the best modern Metallica album, and then this freaking came out. I'm like, finally, a modern Metallica album I love. It isn't quite top 10, but it's nearly there. It's almost top 10. I absolutely love it. Not top 10, top 5, almost top 5, because there's only 11 Metallica albums, obviously. But it's easily top 10, the best of the modern. But yeah, I absolutely love that. And like I said, the Devin one. If I had to think of one that would probably, if I had to think of one that I probably would put in with the 3, it'd be the new Bell Witch album. Future Shadows Part 1, The Clandestine.
I haven't had a chance to hear that one. I haven't had a chance to hear
Hope
that
you got
one.
80. Hope you got 80+ minutes of time to spare, cause it's long. It's pretty much
Isn't it just
it's
one
pretty much
single track?
one track, one song. Yep, just one
Yeah.
long, ridiculously long song. That's all it is, pretty much.
I thought Dope Smoker by Sleep was long. Jesus.
Yep. I mean, they take
Man, I'm
Bellich
trying to
takes the
think of
cake.
it like. Oh God, yeah. I'm trying to think of like some other albums I listened to that I thought were pretty damn good. I thought the new Memoriam album was pretty solid. That was a pretty solid album. Um,
Let's see what else.
ooh, the new Vomitory album, All Heads Are Gonna Roll. Great, great, great stuff there. Um, ooh, the new Rotten Sound album, Apocalypse.
Oh, I forgot
Oh,
about that one.
God.
I totally forgot about that one. Thank you for reminding me. I need to freaking listen to that at some point. God dang it. God dang it, I forgot about
Dude,
that one.
If you 21 tracks in just like 18 minutes, that is insanity. HM2 grindcore at its finest.
That came out. I think that came out the same. That came out the same time as the Nebula Viscaris album, I believe. Yeah, I totally forgot about that one.
Yes, it did.
Put that.
I believe so too.
Literally, I need to put that on the list. What was that? God dang it! Rotten Sound, Apocalypse. Need to put that on here because I know for a fact that I.
Yeah, like I was basically doing nothing, and it was like really like the weather was really bad here, and I'm like, might as well listen to it. And dude, it was just like straightforward grindcore brutality. Like
that's all
like,
you can expect with this. It's like
this is a clear callback to Napalm in his old days.
Yeah, you know what you're getting with Rotten Sound. I'm like, I remember the first time I listened to them was I think Species of War EP in 2013. I always liked them. I've always liked that style because it's like, for me, it's literally just short, sweet, straight to the point. It doesn't mess around. It doesn't waste time and all that stuff. It's like I'll pop it in, listen to it, boom, done. I enjoyed it. That's the kind of thing. I always like that.
Yeah.
Grindcore, that kind of genre is low-key one of my favorite genres. Probably one of my favorite extreme metal genres that isn't progressive death or melodic death. Like, I actually do like some grindcore stuff.
Yeah, it's literally...
Go ahead.
It's literally like get in and get out.
Exactly.
It's literally like
you're
get something and get out.
Yep, exactly. We get to the destination, boom, we're done, we're here, get out, man. Oh, make sure to pay me, all that stuff. But it's like, yeah, that's what it is. It's just like really, really enjoyable. I really love that they're a band that I'm like, yeah, that's the kind of genre I'm like, I like a genre that does not waste time. It's just like that. It's not even wasting time. It's like you could have 100 songs in there, and you know they will not waste time or something like that. Granted, the length will be long, but at the very least, it's like, hey, we got 100 tracks on here, but all of them are relatively short. You know, that's crazy.
We gotta make them short, pal.
Yes. Make them make them as short or maybe even shorter than Sheamus beating Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. That's easy. Like when you do that, it's like perfect. Didn't want to waste time. Cool. Thank you for not wasting my time, Rotten Sound. And insert grindcore band name here. But yeah, thank you for reminding me because I was like, God damn, I forgot about that album.
I was looking up on Loudwire like what albums are gonna be coming out this year. Dude, August and September are stacked. Like we're getting a new Cannibal Corpse album, which that album sounds awesome.
Yeah, we got Ministry, we got Cataclysm.
We're gonna go
Orbit Culture. Nice. Who else on here? Death Clock. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Dust North at the same time.
Yes.
Asking
Death
Asking
album.
Alexandria, and Alice Cooper. Apparently, we got a
Are we
a
getting a new
date
Alice
and
Cooper
name.
album?
Yep, called Road.
Huh.
Oh, big mom.
Road. Okay.
Yep, that's what it's called. UDO with
Hmm.
Touchdown as well. And then September,
Yep.
Sown.
That's probably going to be great.
Talk et Ham
Yes,
of
Sown.
Us. And that's what we get. Oh, wow, Bottle Mud. I didn't know they were still making albums. Dying Fetus, make them beg for death. Woo-hoo-hoo! Freaking Dying Fetus.
Yes. And
It's gonna be good.
And we're gonna get a new Cryptopsy album. We're getting a new Cryptopsy
same
as
day,
well as
same
Gamora
day.
Burns.
Yes.
Give me all of it.
Week later,
We're gonna get
Baroness.
our Brutal and we're gonna get our Tecteth.
Yep. Baroness, bring me the horizon. Ooh, Corey Taylor CMF 2. Is this?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's a different band. Ronnie Ramiro. Oh yeah, the new Stain. Oh, Tesseract, Thy Arch's Murder. Yep, there's Cannibal Corpse. Chaos Horrific. What else is there? Blackstone Cherry. KK's Priest.
Chaos Horrific.
And so far, October, Carnifex. Nice. And then in November, Angra. Static X.
And my internet crapped out.
Oh. But yeah, that's a lot of good albums right there.
We're gonna get some good stuff in August and September.
Yep. Definitely.
Oh man. All right. Well, trying to think of something else. Have you been watching any like wrestling nowadays? Like, have you been keeping up with?
Yeah, I keep up with it on you. I keep up with it on YouTube. Yeah, I do. I'm kind of still pissed about the whole LA Knight thing. Yesterday.
Yeah, dude. Like, I think I know what Triple H is doing. Like, I think Triple H knows what he's doing because I said it when I did weekend wrestling news, which is a little thing I do on my channel, which I just talk about all what's been happening.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of that, like when he said all good things come to those who wait. I'm like, I keep seeing people are like, well, how long does he want to wait? That's like, you start to see, you're testing people's patience. Like, literally, we were all thinking, LA Knight's winning that second Fatal 4-Way. And I remember, because I have something on here where I can see all the dislikes. I remember seeing that video having, I think I remember, less than 1,000 and over 2,000, like less than 1,000 likes and over 2,000 dislikes. It was just insane the amount, like, people were a little bit upset about that. Like,
Jesus.
Oof. But that was just literally crazy to see that.
Yeah, like, again, I said it on my review. I'm like, look, if you're going to pull the trigger on someone, if you do it too quickly, the gun's gonna cock up on you and it's gonna bounce back and shoot you right in the face.
Yeah.
Yes, you want to strike while the iron's hot, but if you do it too early, you're gonna burn yourself.
Yeah.
Like, if he's gonna tell us in advance, then that's gonna ruin it. Like, it's got to be the element of surprise.
Yeah.
So that's why he didn't win Money in the Bank, because in all honesty, Priest kind of deserves the Money in the Bank contract because just look at all the stuff that he's done, not only in Judgment Day, but in his main roster run. I mean, he was given the U.S. title like a couple months after he joined. He did the stuff with Bad Bunny. He is becoming the dark horse of Judgment Day. I mean, just look at all of his stuff. Like, it's incredible.
I
Guy
had the
is
thought
doing.
about it. Yeah, I had the thought of like I remember seeing like it might have been like a Instagram post. And I think it was also it was posted between both WWE and Damien's Instagram, and he was walking by a wall, and all this, and it had like he was next. First, it was like Michael Jordan, and then he walks, and then he gets to Messi, and on that same wall, he sees Roman on there. And bear in mind, this was when Vested, all that stuff, still had the Shield theme Roman Reigns, and he just raised up the Money in the Bank, and I'm thinking,
Yeah.
Damian Priest winning WWE title? I'm thinking that because I'm literally like, okay, there's a possibility that they could, provided Roman is obviously it would have a grueling match. And then you hear, I don't know what theme music he uses. It's
Yeah, I guess
probably the
Shay.
Judgment Day. Yeah, it was whatever the other side song. You hear that, and it's just like you see Roman is weak and stuff like that. You hear, Damien's music playing or the Judgment Day theme music playing, and I'm like, that I have a feeling that might happen because guaranteed, I think the Roman J match is going to be main event. There's no other way it's going to be. It's going to be main event.
There,
Like
yeah.
it's Roman. All his matches have either been opening the show or it's actually closing the show. So guaranteed, it's going to probably be the main event match, hands down. I think with that match, because I remember Jay
Yeah.
saying there are no rules. It's it's like
Yeah,
there's
it's
going to
an
be
anything
pinfall
goes
submission.
match.
Exactly. I was thinking Roman, he wins. I think Roman probably wins, but he's not 100%. I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if they're going to do that, but if that's the case, what bigger way of cashing in than on the main event and pinning Roman Reigns the first time he loses a singles match because he lost to Corbin. But I mean, of course, I'm thinking is so that way that might be able to keep the Judgment Day all together. So that would be like
Well,
at the end of the
no,
night.
no. Jay did pin him.
Well, yeah,
Jay
Jay
did
did
pin
pin him.
Roman, so.
Yeah, but it's like
But
I'm pretty
here,
sure we all know Roman's wouldn't get it. You were saying?
yeah, but it wouldn't make sense that Damien would, cash in on Roman because there's still tension between the Judgment Day, unless you just pull the swerve on us. Because apparently there's footage out there that Cody is saying he's not satisfied with just winning the World Heavyweight Championship, so they're probably going to have him and Roman at Mania 40 again, and that's where
Yeah.
Cody eventually wins. It's kind of like, really, in all honesty, Cody's stock has really started to fall for me because what does this feud with Brock have done for him? Like, this feud really hasn't been doing much with him and Brock.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like, but then you also have to realize they're mirroring it kind of like John Cena. Because remember, he didn't have that whole of a great 2012. I mean, yeah, granted, he should have lost to Brock, but it's just like, it's just like, yeah, see, they're doing to Cody what they did to, Cena in 2012, pretty much. They're mirroring that pretty much.
Yeah, and eventually people are probably going to get a little sick of it. Be like, okay, we get it, we get it, we get it. There's going to be they're going to have a heel turn eventually down the line for Cody because Cody has stated he does not want to turn heel, and in the end, he's like, "Oh yeah, I turned heel. I basically was heel at the end of his AEW run." We're like, "Well, yeah, but you kind of knew that. We ain't stupid."
Yeah, pretty much.
Which, by the way, real quick about AEW, why in God's green earth are you wanting? All they talk about is they're having this big ass pay per view that's happening in Wembley. What have they done to hype up that show?
Well, yeah, for AEW.
I'll give you a second to think about that.
Originally, I thought that they
Nothing.
might
That's
sell.
what I thought.
Yep,
They've
exactly.
not
Yeah,
done
nothing.
anything to hype up their show.
Exactly. Yeah. Originally, we
I
all thought because of the
like,
whole
and
thing
not
with
to mention
Punk.
they're having. Yeah, they were gonna do Punk versus the Elite, but there's still
Punk and
tension
FTR
between them,
versus
and it
the
doesn't
Elite.
look like
Yep.
it's gonna happen. Even though that is the. Yeah, that they could
Yeah.
do that, but they just haven't. The problem is, though, they're having a pay per view literally a week afterwards. You're going to
All
burn your
out.
fans out.
Exactly.
Yeah, why? What's the point? Like, remember when WWE did that? I mean, granted, it was pandemic era, but it's kind of like, why? There's no point. It's stupid. To quote Randy Orton to Kofi Kingston, stupid, stupid, stupid.
Yeah.
I just okay. Also, not to mention that blood and guts match was terrible. That was a terrible match.
Yeah, it was so bad.
Oh
The
my god, that
freaking
was so bad.
the freaking Pac and Takeshita just left up and left.
Yeah, and after it went off the air, everyone shook hands with each other, and Ibushi went through a bunch of attacks and no-sold it. Like, why?
Yeah.
God. Well, I that's how you feature Kota Ibushi. That was his first major wrestling debut on American soil, and you put him in a hardcore weapon match.
Yep. Which is surprising to me.
You have glass, thumbtacks. They brought out a bed of nails, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, and you have Kota Ibushi in there. And then you pretty much
Like,
got. I did no
I'm really
offense.
starting to not care about Moxley anymore.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit sick of Moxley a little bit, because I'm just like, I look at him, I'm just like, he's just like Mick Foley at this point. You know, when he had the Cactus Jack and the Hell in the Cells and stuff like that, I'm just like what the hell? Like, come on, he's a combination of Mick and Terry Funk. It's like, God.
Yeah, but at least. But at least Foley drew ratings. What has Moxley done?
Okay, let me think of it. Well, he was champion during the pandemic, so I mean, I think he had a good match against Brody Lee. Rest in peace.
He didn't always resort.
I'm like, yeah, but just like it's like
it's just it feels like he has to resort to it.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I think
stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's just like, you got a kid too. I mean, come on, stop doing the bleeding and stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if freaking
Yeah, how do you think Renee feels about this stuff?
Yeah, it's just knock it off. It's not even. It's just not even worth it.
Oh well, we'll have to find out next week on Dr. Phil.
Yeah, it's just, but yeah, I'm about to get going here. Freaking about to start racing again. Thank God I'm not doing 6 hours. But yeah, I gotta get going and get ready for this. So I'll talk to you later, dude.
All right. See you, Ryan. See you. Well, it's just me, folks. I'm probably gonna end it in maybe in about 5 or so minutes, because we've been going for about an hour now. Um, yeah. I hope you guys enjoy that. I do apologize for the audio and the lag going on and connection issues, and I'm willing to bet that his end was a little delayed. Like when I was talking, it was delayed on his end, so maybe uh that's why his reaction was a bit was delayed by a couple minutes. So if I was over talking him, I wasn't trying to do that. It's just his end would get delayed a lot. So hopefully it's not delayed on your guys' end either. And if it is, then I'm gonna try my best to fix it. Because this is my first live stream after all. Again, in the future, when the NFL season starts, I plan on doing live streaming some games. To clarify, not going to go through every single stream or not do every single game because that's impossible to do. And I'm going to stream as many games as I can. Maybe playoffs, potentially Super Bowl. Who knows? It depends on how busy I am. But I do want to have some more live streams in the future because it's something I've been wanting to do for a while. So if you guys have anything else to say, I'm gonna end it here in a couple minutes. I really do appreciate you guys being a part of this live stream. I am so eternally grateful for you guys. Again, this is more of a hobby for me. This isn't like an actual life. Like again, personal life comes before the YouTube life. This is just a hobby that I've been doing ever since I was in high school. I didn't think it was going to go anywhere, and lo and behold, I'm at 250 subs. So again, I'm very thankful for you guys. You guys rock, and yeah, this is a very awkward way of saying thank you guys. Again, I cannot thank you guys highly enough. So that's just about gonna wrap it here. So if you guys want to say anything else before I eventually sign off, give you guys a couple more minutes. And actually, before I do that, I gotta go get some water. All right, I am back. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, man. That actually really means a whole lot. So that is probably gonna wrap it up here, folks. I am probably gonna head out. Again, thank you everyone who's been watching this channel. Uh, it's meant a whole lot to me because I didn't think this show was really gonna go anywhere, but turns out it did. So I'm signing off, you guys. I hope to do more of these in the near future. So again, love you all. Peace out. Enjoy the herd.